Hi, everybody. Welcome as we get baseball underway here in Sebring. Well, I guess if a 9 a.m. game and baseball is breakfast and baseball, this would be brunch and baseball. An 11 a.m. battle between Sebring and Holmes County, and it's just that, a battle, because one of these two teams will advance. They'll continue to keep their hopes alive for getting a machine pitch championship. The other will see their season come to an end. First of our elimination games here on Rotary Field. Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage. By the way, I always like to tell folks that there's no problem with your picture. It's that there is no picture. The video is dependent upon some pretty good bandwidth. Didn't have enough to do that. Sutton will wrap it to short. Throw over to first from Simmons. Not quite in time, and Josh Sutton gets on for Sebring to begin the first. So there is not a picture, but there is a scoreboard, and we'll try to give you a audio vivid picture, at least enough so to kind of let you use your imagination as to what we're seeing here in Sebring. Sutton doesn't hang around second long, immediately takes off on the first pitch, and he's got a stolen base at second. So Sutton getting on with a single and then steals second, now in scoring position for Ryan Mello. Taking a look at that lineup for you. Josh Sutton leading things off. Ryan Mello batting second. High chopper to third. Fielded by Pelfrey. Goes to first. Gets the out there. Meanwhile, Sutton will go to third. So 5-3 goes the put out of Mello, while Sutton takes third, one away. Lucas McGee batting in the two spot. Carter Ghost bats fourth. Wayon Smith is the five hitter. Riley Blanton hitting sixth. Justin Lozano in the seventh spot for Sebring. Hagen Turner hitting eighth. The nine hitter is Hagen McRoy. Rich Cormier batting in the 10 hole. Hayden Bishop hits 11th. And Bentley Keefe is the 12th hitter for Sebring. Sebring in the blue jerseys. White numbers. Sebring emblazoned upon the chest in white. Between the shoulder blades, the names in white. Gray trousers. Got the Dixie Youth Baseball patch on the left sleeve. And for all these youngsters, the trousers all the way to the ankles. I think it was North Lakeland yesterday that had the traditional style. They had the knee-high knickers, I guess is the word for the pants that goes to the knees, and then, of course, the socks to the knees. And I guess, and you're going to find out that there are many things I'm deficient in, fashion being one, but I guess it's the classic look. The trousers that go to the ankles. Fouled away by McGee. One away, one aboard at third, wrapped over towards second, hops over the mid of Curry and travels into right field. Sutton will come in and score. And McGee on in first. So Sebring getting on the board early here in the first to make it a 1-0 advantage. Your Holmes County defense, Aiden Millette is there in the circle beside the pitching machine. Behind the plate, DJ Baggett. Mason Suggs at first, the second baseman Levi Curry. Peyton Simmons at short, and Trace Pelfrey is at third. In the outfield, left field belongs to Hunter Nelson. Left center, Liam Pagata. Corbin Krills in right center, and Caleb Arant in right. Popped up. Ghosts. Sending it to second, and catch is made there by Curry. So two gone with the base runner McGee still over at first. Wayon Smith coming to the plate. Top part of the first here in Sebring, Florida. McGee off with a pitch, takes off for second, able to get in safely with a slide and the stolen base. So Sebring, some aggressive running on the base pad. Sutton gets into scoring position with a stolen base and eventually comes in and scores. And now McGee is at second. Compliments of the stolen base. Popped up by Smith towards center field. That's going to drop in. McGee rounding third. He will come in and score. So a 2-run Sebring lead as Riley Blanton comes to the plate. Justin Lozano moves to the on-deck circle. Again, base runner goes. First pitch, stolen base for Smith. Well, Sebring has decided to use the stolen base to their benefit. I don't think we've seen a team thus far in the tournament here on Rotary Field steal 3 bases in an inning, but Sebring's done it here. Popped up by Blanton over towards first. Able to make the catch is Suggs. And Blanton with a fly out to put it into the top part of the first. But a couple of runs will score, and Sebring takes a 2-zip lead into the bottom of the inning.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on hit 6.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the bottom of the first, top of the order for Holmes County. Aiden Millett will lead things off. Peyton Simmons hits second. Mason Suggs is the 3-hitter. Trace Pelfrey hitting fourth. Levi Curry in the 5 spot. Liam Pugana batting sixth. Jackson Peel is the 7-hitter. Corbin Creel hits 8th. DJ Baggett 9th for Holmes County. Hunter Nelson in the 10 spot. Caleb Arant hitting 11th. And Aiden Simmons batting 12th for Holmes County. Holmes County decked out in the gold jerseys. Got the very dark blue sleeves, dark blue numbers, bordered in white. In black, the last name between the shoulder blades, and HC on the front of those gold jerseys. White trousers with a very dark blue, navy blue pinstripe down the sides. Milan will start things off for this Holmes County squad. Facing this Sebring defense, Rich Cormier is the pitcher. Ryan Mello behind the plate. Lucas McGee at first. Carter Ghost at second. The shortstop is Josh Sutton. And Wayon Smith at third. Outfield, Justin Lozano in left. Left center field, Riley Blanton. Right center field is Bentley Keefe. And Hagen Turner over in right. First pitch fouled off by Millett. 0-1. Peyton Simmons to the on-deck circle. Well, got a full slate of games today and is bunted right back up the middle. Cormier comes in, fields, fires, not in time. And Millett on to begin things for Holmes County. So Holmes County with a base runner on as Peyton Simmons makes his way to the plate. Holmes County from up in the Panhandle may have had the longest drive to get here. I think we had Sneads here too, which is a Panhandle team. But Sneads closer than Holmes County to Sebring. So these are your journeymen. Popped up by Simmons. That will travel into center field. Throw coming to second. It's going to be in time, though. It was a high pop fly picked up by Keefe. And Keefe able to go to second and get Millette. So one of those unusual 10-6 putouts. Still a base runner at first, but one away. And Mason Suggs coming to the plate as Trace Pelfrey moves to the on-deck circle. First pitch, Simmons off and running, throw down, and it's there in time. What a throw from Mello. Got it to Sutton. Sutton lays the tag on Simmons. And the base is cleared with 2 gone. And now the Holmes County coach going to ask the umpire. He felt like it was in the dirt and trapped in the dirt by Sutton. I got to say, hats off to coaches, at least thus far in the tournament here on Rotary Field. They've questioned the call but never argued the call. Go to the umpire and say, now, are you sure? Can we appeal to the plate? But there has not been the first argument from a coach after the final ruling issue. And that's kudos to coaches, because you're indeed an example for these youngsters. Like to see that they make their appeal, and once they've heard the final decision, let's play the game. Mason Suggs with a wrap into left field. And Suggs will get on with a single. Trace Pelfrey coming to the plate. As Holmes County's got a base runner aboard here in the bottom part of the first when you get to the second. 7, 8, and 9 coming to the plate for Sebring. Lozano, Turner, and McCroy. Loose ball. Suggs decides to take second. Collision between Suggs and Sutton. Sutton grabbing the knee, the right knee. Meanwhile, Suggs rounding third, coming home. He will score as the toss winds up at the screen. Well, there was a collision between Suggs and Sutton comes up a little gimpy. Holmes County will get the run on the throw around, and Trace Pelfrey back into the box, but now with nobody on, and 1 run in for Holmes County. Popped up over towards the screen, out of play and out of the reach of Ryan Mello. Gives it a chase. Levi Curry on deck. Pelfrey awaits, wraps it towards short. Sutton, obviously bum knee, better as he picks up, throws over to first, and gets the out of Pelfrey on the 6-3. 4 go up, 3 go down. 1 comes in and scores. Holmes County and Sebring in an elimination game. Sebring by 1 as we go to the second.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the top of the second. Justin Lozano will start things off for Sebring. Hagen Turner and Hagen McRoy due up in the inning 2. 2-1 ball game here in an elimination bout. Obviously, the team that loses doesn't get to play baseball here in Sebring anymore this year. Team that wins, they got more baseball in their future today. Winner takes on Spring Hill American Navy at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Well, you see a number posted there on your screen on top of your scoreboard, 334-488-1385. That's the number to send shout-outs. Got kind of a who, what, when, where thing. Who's it to? Team or player. What's it about? I mean, you've got to have a shout-out, right? When? Well, during this game. And the where is where you're listening to the game from. If you don't mind sticking that on there, too. And by the way, if you've got a group of folks listening to the coverage, snap a selfie, text it to us. We'll pop it on Facebook a little bit later on. 334-488-1385. Lozano taking the first pitch. Pitch 2 swung on and missed, and the count even at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1 game, top of the second. A game that goes 6 unless somebody's got a pretty big lead after 3, 4, or 5. Another big cut from Lozano. Popped up, foul territory, going over is Pelfrey to get it at third. So Lozano with a fly out for out number 1. And Hagen Turner coming to the plate next. By the way, if you're into sports and you need it pretty much 24/7, we got it right here on Jog Jive. Now, you may have to go back and watch an archive game, which we call, in the industry, the on-demand games. Left-hander Turner, swing and a miss. Or you might catch it live, but it's all right here on Chalk Jive. Everything from T-ball. Popped up behind the plate and almost Baggett able to get it. Did everything right from the standpoint of yanked off the headgear to get a better look. Love the look by the way on Baggett. I don't know if all catchers do it. I haven't noticed it if they do, but the skull cap on Baggett. Instead of the ball cap backwards or no cap at all, he's got the skull cap on. So he's got a cool look whether the headgear is on or off. Foul back this direction. Hagen Turner, nobody on, 1 away here in the top part of the second. Got a lot of baseball going on. Wrap towards short. Knocked down on the short hop by Simmons over to first, but will not get Turner. He is on. And there's a base runner aboard here in the top of the second for Sebring. Got baseball going on 4 fields here in Sebring as we speak. I think we're about to wrap up T-ball. Mike Rideout and Chuck Sebastian with the T-ball coverage. And they're going to join me and Jason Thompson and do some of the machine pitch in the afternoon. Hagen McRoy, the right-hander, taking the first pitch. Awaiting toss 2, Rich Cormier moving to the on-deck circle, swing and a miss. A couple of Baggett throws down to second. Obviously, Holmes County learning from that top part of the first when Sebring stole 3 bags. And Baggett frequently after the pitch going to second with the throw instead of back to the pitcher. Speaking of back to the pitcher, underneath the mitt of Millette. And then McRoy rolls it to Simmons. Simmons over to second to get Turner on the 6-4. McRoy the base runner at first, but he's there with 2 gone. We think we'll have enough juice internet-wise up in Bristol to be able to put you a picture with the audio. Throw goes to second, stolen base for Hagen McRoy. So next week for the AAA, the Ozone and the major state tournaments, You don't have to hear us run the mouth. You can, I guess, turn the volume down and watch the picture. Of course, we prefer that you do both. Tolerate the audio, watch the game. Swing and a miss by Cormier. 4 stolen bases now in the game for Sebring. By the way, see the shout-outs coming in, so keep them rolling. We'll get to them here in just a bit. I think we will do that in the bottom part of the inning, because out goes Cormier, a strikeout victim. He leaves McRoy on. Nobody scores in the top of the second. We are headed to the bottom part of the inning. Curry, Pugana, and Peel all coming up for Holmes County. Sebring by a run.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We enter the bottom of the second 2-1 contest as Holmes County will send Curry, Pugana, and Peel to the plate. Got some shout-outs to get to. Let's go Levi Curry and Holmes County from Ashland, Alabama. Good to hear from Ashland. I think in the Dothan area, which isn't that far from my house. Good luck, Holmes County, from the Holmes County 10U softball team. Good to hear from the ladies with the softball squad. Good luck, Hunter, Liam, Levi, and all the Holmes County All-Stars from Bubba. Thank you very much, Bubba. And this shout-out simply says, let's go Holmes County. 334-488-1385 to send your shout-outs. Levi Curry, first pitch, wrapped over towards left, but foul. Liam Pugana and Jackson Peel coming to the plate in the inning, too. Don't forget, every game archived, and if you would like a download of any game, $5 per game. You email us info@jockjive.com. Fouled away again. Over towards the Pelican on the side of, I guess, a kind of a Frosty or a snow cone or some form of concession trailer. In between the 4 parks here. No swing on the pitch to Curry. Fouled off over towards first. Still a 2-strike count on Curry. But if you want a download of any game, $5. Email info@jockjive.com to get the process started. Info@jockjive.com. Shot to Sutton in short. Gobbles it up on the 2-hopper. Goes to first with a throw and gets Curry on the 6-3. 1 away for Liam Pugana. Jackson Peel to the on-deck circle. Pugana getting his first base hit or make that trip to the plate. He's hoping it turns into a base hit here in the bottom of the second. Top of the third, it'll be the 11, 12, and 1 hitters coming to the plate for Sebring. Hayden Bishop, Bentley Keefe, Josh Sutton, all 2 up. Off the end of the stick, foul from Pugana. 2 teams getting here because of losses yesterday. Sebring losing 10-7 to North Lakeland. And Holmes County 11-5 to Spring Hill American Columbia. Line right up the middle and snagged by Cormier. Nice play for Cormier, just stood there and took the laser. And there's 2 away. Jackson Peel next. Nobody on for Holmes County here in the bottom of the second. Hey, don't forget, too, to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I see our numbers growing on Facebook. We sure would like to get to 13,000 by the end of the summer. Don't expect it to happen this weekend, but sure would like to hit 13,000 followers on Facebook by the end of the summer. And I think I noticed we were at 11,800. So about 1,200 away from 13,000. So maybe if we could hit like the 12,000 mark before leaving Sebring. You can find us on Facebook at Jock Jive Sports. So put Jock Jive Sports in the search engine. Find us, like us, and yeah, there's benefits. I mean, you can tell us what you think, good or bad. Yeah, we got to admit to being a little partial to the good, but we can take the bad. But also you get scores, you get schedules, and you get more. Peel wraps it towards Sutton and short. Picks it up, fires over to first, and 1-2-3 goes Holmes County in the bottom of the second. So like us on Facebook, Jock Jive Sports. Follow us on Twitter at Jock Jive. And we'll keep you updated on everything this weekend that's Sebring. 2-1 Sebring lead as we head to the top of the third.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the top of the third, bottom of the order for Sebring. Hayden Bishop will start things off. Bentley Keefe, and then the one-hitter Josh Sutton will follow. Got a pitcher's machine tool going on, a 2-1 ball game. Sebring getting a pair of runs in the first, and Holmes County getting their 1 run in the first. A 2-1 game as we get to the third. Hayden Bishop starting things off. The guys wearing blue. A little warm here in Sebring, but it's certainly not as bad as it could be. This time of the year, it wouldn't be shocking to have temperatures mid-90s, near 100, and heat indices into the triple digits, but 87 currently in Sebring. Supposed to warm to 90. It does feel like 95, though. 20% chance of rain. Not much in the way of a breeze. I'm looking at the flags as that is hit to second. Knocked down by Curry, then picks it up and goes to first and gets the out. But looking at flags in the outfield that aren't budging, so there's just no breeze today. Bishop hitting into the 4-3 for out number 1. And Bentley Keefe will make his way to the plate. Josh Sutton stepping to the on-deck circle. You want the rest of the stuff? Visibility 10 miles, UV index 8, air quality 30, and the air quality good. Wrapped up the middle and will bounce off of Millette. Late throw over to first, and Keefe will get on. So Sebring gets a base runner as we head back to the top of the order. And Josh Sutton, who had a hit, stole a base, and scored a run in the first, coming to the plate. I did notice when looking at the weather that they're saying there could be some rain at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And we got games until about 8 o'clock. So maybe if we're going to have any rain here in Sebring, if we could kind of convince Mother Nature to push that back to about 8 or 9 o'clock. I mean, I don't have a lot of pull with Mother Nature, but if somebody does. Josh Sutton stepping in here in the top part of the third. Ryan Mello moves to the on-deck circle. A 2-1 Sebring lead in a elimination game battle. Shout-out says, good luck, Connor and Liam. Nana and Pawpaw loves y'all. A bushel and a peck and a hug. Wrapped towards second. Curry picks it up, goes over to first, gets Sutton on the 4-3. Keefe will go to second, but there's two gone. So 2 away with Ryan Mello to the plate. And Nana and Pawpaw say go Blue Devils. And of course, Holmes County, if you're familiar with the Panhandle. Holmes County, the high school there in Bonifay. Their mascot name, the Blue Devils. Wrapped towards short. Simmons will pick it up low with the throw to first. And that's got Keefe on his way home. Rounding third, he will score. Ryan Mello now on his way to third, puts on the brakes just beyond second and gets in safely at the bag with a dive back. So Sebring will extend the lead to 2. Ryan Mello in second for Lucas McGee. Well, a bushel and a peck. I wonder how much a peck is. I mean, I know about what a bushel is, size-wise. A peck. I have to Google that. Smacked over into right field by McGee. That's going to get Mello home as he rounds third and scores. And now heading towards second, trying to get there safely. Throw goes to Simmons covering the bag, but able to get the foot in underneath the Simmons tag. McGee, as Ghost comes to the plate. And Sebring building that lead to 3. Carter Ghost with a pop out to second in the first. Manning here in the third. Wayon Smith on deck. Popped up on the infield. Backing up to make the catch, and shallow left is Simmons, and that will put an end to the inning. One base runner is stranded, but 2 coming in score. Sebring takes a 4-1 lead into the bottom of the third.
She's frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2-run gets hit.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final.
A championship t-shirt.
East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the bottom of the third. Corbin Creel starting things off for Holmes County. DJ Baggett, Hunter Nelson due up in the inning two. A 4-1 Sebring lead. They have scored in pairs. Got a couple of runs in the first and plated 2 in the third. If you come down to the Sebring area, got a couple of great places to stay. The 7, which is located on the racetrack, and the Inn on the Lakes. What's at the 7? Well, obviously right there near the track. So it's conveniently located if you're here to watch racing. And then they got the Apex at 7, which is the restaurant. Stellar food, including the $8 lunch special. It's got a handcrafted burger topped with ruby red tomato, sliced red onion, crisp lettuce, and your choice of cheese served on a soft, freshly baked roll. Check that out. And Inn on the Lakes, super location. If you're playing in Sebring, I think that's the closest hotel. It's probably about a 3 to 5 minute drive over to the Diamond. And it's situated on, just as the name says, lakes, as in plural. And just a gorgeous facility. Had the opportunity the last couple of years to stay in what is a suite there. And Inn on the Lake. Shot up the middle by Creel, and the leadoff hitter is aboard for Holmes County, as Creel will deliver with a solid single to center. DJ Baggett coming to the plate. But I highly recommend both. Had a chance a couple of years ago to stay at the 7. And the last couple of years at Inn on the Lakes. Highly recommended. You want more information, you can go to our website and see the banner ad and click on it. Baggett pops it up. Sutton trying to make the catch over the shoulder. Cannot. Creel making his way to second. Won't get there. Riley Blanton able to pick up the ball that Sutton couldn't get to. Fire to second and get Creel. So it is an 8-6 putout that gets Creel for 1 out. And Baggett's your base runner at first. I mentioned there's all kinds of baseball going on. Machine pitch and T-ball. Machine pitch has got a couple of divisions. T-ball with a couple of pools. One pool, despite the fact they're wrapping up play in Pool 1, it's already been decided who's the winner and the runner-up. Bartow wins at West Volusia as the runner-up. So West Volusia will advance, as will Bartow, into bracket play. Foul out of play. Well, thanks so much for the pronunciation guide. The third baseman is Whalen. I've got it as W-A-Y, but there's an L that's supposed to be in there. So let's put an L in between the Y and the L, as Hunter Nelson will strike out for out number 2. And Caleb Arant coming to the plate for Holmes County. Still a base runner at first. Thanks so much. And by the way, go Sebring from Khyber, boys and mom at home. So thank you very much. Hey, if there's a name said or spelled wrong, rolled by Arant to Dutton, hands it over to Gose, and Gose was acting as if he needed to get to first to make the throw, and that's when he dropped it for a moment, but there was no need. After he got the third out, no need for a fourth. And Arad will wrap into the 6-4, leaving a base runner on. 4 go up, 3 go down, 1 stranded. Nobody scores in the third. We're headed to the fourth in a 4-1 game, but as I mentioned, yeah, definitely. Text me. We got a name wrong, pronouncing it wrong, saying it wrong. We want to get it right for these all-star athletes battling it out under a hot sun in Sebring, trying to get to the championship game and move on to the World Series. We move on to the fourth after this.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the top of the fourth. Waylon Smith starting things off. Riley Blanton, Justin Lozano due up in the inning 2. A 4-1 Sebring lead. Holmes County sending 4 to the plate and leaving 1 on in the bottom of the third as we go to the fourth. Sebring with 2 runs in the first and scored 2 in the third. Holmes County got their lone run in the first. A 4-1 game. Clouds, I don't know if I should say building, but yeah, I guess maybe building a little bit. Clouds looking a little more ominous than they did at 9 a.m. this morning. And again, that forecast saying we could have something around 4 o'clock this afternoon. What a great job Sebring did yesterday in getting these fields playable again after a deluge and about 2 or 3 yesterday afternoon. I mean, it poured. And the rain ended about an hour to an hour and a half later. Fields looked like there hadn't been any rain. So thanks, Sebring. Smith fouls it off. Smith with a base hit and a stolen base in the first. The stolen bases have slowed down. Sebring got 3 in the first, 1 in the second, and did not steal a base in the third. Popped up on the infield, and that's going to drop in. Smith will get on to start things off for Sebring. Riley Blanton coming to the plate next. He popped out to first in the first, and it ended the first. Justin Lozano moves to the on-deck circle, shows bunt, and bunt's foul. I sit here at Rotary Field, and on this line that runs from the press box to the backstop is a bluebird. Blanton fouls it back. Totally baseball irrelevant, by the way, but we do some work at Albany State in Albany, Georgia, and they've got a couple of bluebirds that will work the entire day, bringing worms, I guess, to the young. Same thing with the bluebirds here. That must be a big-time working bird. I mean, it'll show up periodically with worm in mouth and I guess goes and feeds somebody. Wrapped over towards short, picked up by Simmons. Goes to second and the ball pops out of the mid of Curry, allowing Smith to get safely in. So a couple of base runners on as Smith is at second and Blanton at first. And no, the Bluebirds have nothing to do with baseball, just an observation sitting here during the course of a game and noticing how hard they work. Justin Lozano. No swing on the first pitch. Sebring with a couple of base runners aboard here in the top of the fourth. Bottom of the order in the bottom of the fourth for Holmes County. Swing and a miss by Lozano. It will roll away from Baggett. And now you got a couple of base runners at second. Blanton has gone to second, but Smith didn't move from second to go to third. Throw goes over to first, and I think he's out. He is. Blanton tagged out. Smith will take the opportunity to go to third, but Blanton gets tagged out. So now one base runner on, one away as Lozano tries to drive in Sebring's fifth run. Popped up behind the plate and able to get back and make the catch as Baggett. It's a good job by Baggett because not only has he got to contend with a high pop fly behind the plate, there's a bat laying there at the plate. He's got to hop over and make the catch. So two gone for the left-hander Hagen Turner. Hagen McRoy moves to the on-deck circle. Well, the top of the fourth looked promising to begin with for Sebring with a couple of base runners on and nobody out. But now one on and two gone. Turner, slow roller. That could be trouble. Able to pick it up, Millette over to first. Got it there in time to get the out of Turner on the 1-3. So the base runner stranded as Smith stays on. Nobody scores in the top of the fourth. We're headed to the bottom of the inning. Aiden Simmons will start off the Blue Devil attack when we come back.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her two on his
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the bottom of the order, bottom of the fourth. Hayden Simmons will start things off. Aiden Millette and Peyton Simmons due up in the inning, too. A 4-1 Sebring lead. First pitch wrapped to Sutton, grabs it at short, over to first with the throw. And one pitch, one away. We go back to the top of the order. Aiden Millette next. Peyton Simmons moves to the on-deck circle. And don't forget about two. I know I got all this stuff to ask you to remember as that one is bunted foul by Millette. But we would also like for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do a lot of youth sports on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I think there are about 1,000 game videos now on our YouTube page. And right at 280 of those are Florida DYB. But when you subscribe to our YouTube channel, I mean, obviously you can find the game whether you subscribe or not, but when you subscribe, you can then get alerts when games begin or coverage begins. Just kind of gives an added convenience. You don't have to look up the game via name. It's already at your fingertips. You can get emails on games and when they begin. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jock Jive Sports. Millett. Slow roller to Smith at third, and he's gotten up and over to first in time to get Millett on the 5-3. It was a bang-bang play at first, but Smith able to get it there in time for out 2. And Peyton Simmons will make his way to the plate, wrapped into one of those unusual 10-6 putouts in the first. Millett was on, and Simmons hit it to left center field. The throw came in and got Millett, and then Simmons was caught stealing second. Mason Suggs to the on-deck circle. Fouled off by Simmons. Hit to Sutton in short. Got it over to first with the throw. It's there in time. And the stretch by Lucas McGee. Make sure that Simmons is out, number 3. 3 go up, 3 go down in the bottom of the 4th. We are headed to the 5th. Sebring hanging on to a 3-run lead.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on gets hit.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Gotcha final in T-ball. Spring Hill has beaten Avon Park 20-7. And that brings pool play to an end in T-ball's Pool 1. Neither one of those teams eligible to advance, though. So Spring Hill comes away with a victory 20-7 over Avon Park. In Pool 1, Bartow is the winner of pool play and the runner-up West Volusia. Those are the 2 teams that will advance to double elimination bracket play. No pool play in machine pitch, though we have had pool play in years gone by. As the top of the 5th gets underway with the pitch to McRoy. Hayden McRoy wrapped into the 6-4 in the first, got on and then stole second, stranded there. Actually in the 2nd inning. And McRoy will foul it out of play. Rich Cormier and Hayden Bishop due up in the inning 2. So Pool 1 pool play done. And 2 of the 4 teams move on. Those 2 are Bartow and West Volusia. The end of pool play 2 still in progress. And after that game wraps up, we'll have a better idea as to who advances there. Base hit into left field for McRoy. And Sebring will start off the top of the fifth with a McRoy base hit. Rich Cormier coming to the plate. Well, not quite to the 1 hour mark. 56 minutes into this one. And we're in the top of the fifth. McRoy taking off on the pitch. Baggett's got the throw to second and tagged out there is McRoy. Simmons able to lay the tag on him. So McRoy got on, but McRoy caught stealing. And there's one away for Rich Cormier. Cormier fouling it back to the screen. Hayden Bishop moving to the on-deck circle. Foul out of play. Well, the rest of the day here on Rotary Field looks this way. At 1 o'clock, you've got Spring Hill, Columbia taking on North Lakeland. 3 o'clock, Spring Hill American Navy will take on the winner of this one. 5 o'clock, you got the loser of the Okeechobee DeSoto game. So that was DeSoto. Wrapped into left field, base hit. And Cormier on with a single, and then the throw to second will wind up in right field. And safely at second goes Cormier. So a base runner at second. Cormier's Hayden Bishop comes to the plate. In the 5 o'clock matchup, as I mentioned, will pit DeSoto against the loser of the Spring Hill Columbia North Lakeland game. Popped up by Bishop. High fly ball into the mint in left center field of Liam Pagata. And Hayden Bishop out number 2. So 2 gone for Bentley Keefe. No swing on the opening pitch to Keefe. Keefe with a base hit and a run scored in the 3rd. Sebring has played a couple of runs every other inning. 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd. So if that pattern were to continue, they're supposed to get a couple here. Just, baseball doesn't typically adhere to patterns. And doesn't here as Keefe wraps into the 1-3. Picked up by Millette, goes over to first with a throw, and left on is Cormier. 4 go up, 3 go down, 1 left on. Nobody scores in the top of the 5th. We're headed to the bottom of the inning. It's a 4-1 Sebring lead with Holmes County coming to bat.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. There's that, the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State.
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the bottom of the fifth. Mason Suggs to start things off. Trace Pelfrey, Levi Curry coming to the plate, 2. A 4-1 Sebring lead, so obviously this one's not out of reach for Holmes County, not in the bag for Sebring. But if you're Sebring, you like where you're at a little better than Holmes County, at least currently, a 3-run lead. Suggs with a base hit and a run scored in the first. As a matter of fact, Suggs accounting for the only Holmes County run thus far. It has been a defensive struggle between these teams. Suggs fouling off the pitch. And that's a baseball that's gotten very near our field, Mike. One runner stranded every inning for Sebring. Popped up on the infield, and I think he had 4 guys calling for it, and each thought the other was going to make the catch. And it drops in between Sutton, in between Ghost. Smith was there, Cormier nearby too. And Suggs will get on. Trace Pelfrey to the plate. He wrapped into the 6-3 in the first. Showing bunt. Pulls away, and the pitch is not to his liking. Foul back, in the count evens on Pelfrey. Levi Curry moves to the on-deck circle. And I think here on Rotary Field we're going to have Mike come over and do the 1 o'clock game. So he'll be treated to the talents of Mike Rideout for that 1 o'clock matchup. Foul back out of play. And yes, on top of a metal roof. Going to hear a ding again. Another baseball up on top of the roof. It will find its way down to the diamond. Obviously, there's a little bit of a slant, little slope to the roof that allows the baseball to travel back towards earth. Trace Pelfrey, there's a line drive shot into left field. Throw in quickly, but safely to second is Suggs, and then the throw going over towards first. Suggs will wind up going to third. Pelfrey watching McGee look back. Suggs takes off for second. So a couple of base runners in scoring position for Holmes County. Trying to take runs off this 3-run Sebring lead. Here in the bottom of the fifth, Levi Curry stepping in. Swing and a miss by Curry. Liam Pugetta moves to the on-deck circle. Suggs at third, Pelfrey at second. Tying run at the plate. Here in the bottom of the fifth for Holmes County. It is fouled off by Curry. And Curry will pick up the stick, come back to the plate, and try it again. Curry wrapped into the 6-3. His last at-bat slaps this one towards third. Smith will pick it up and come home. It's not a force out, so Suggs will scamper back to the bag at third, and the bases are loaded for Holmes County. And Suggs apparently got a little banged up in trying to get back to the bag at third, and they're working on that left leg. So Curry wraps it over towards third. Smith fields and thinks he's got a chance at the runner coming home as Suggs broke to the plate. So instead of going to first, throws home with it and got it there, convincing Suggs to make the U-turn and go back to third. He goes back into third a little hard and banged himself up a little bit, but okay. These are little warriors. As a matter of fact, a little nick, a little dirt on the knees. It's part of the game. I mean, you can't go home after a game at the park without a scratch here or there and some red clay all over the trousers. Bases all loaded up. Nobody going for Liam Pugetta. Jackson Peel to the on-deck circle. And Holmes County trying to get back into the game in one inning. Swing and a miss by Pugetta. Runners coming off the bag, but they're not going anywhere with Suggs at third. He's the only guy that you have to focus on if you're the defense. If he takes off, could be problems. Popped up in the direction of left field. That's going to drop in. Pugetta will drive in Suggs. The base is still loaded as Pelfrey goes to third, Curry to second. And Pugetta's now at first. And Holmes County draws to within two and has the tying run in scoring position. Jackson Peel coming to the plate. Peel wrapped into the 6-3 his last at-bat. Bases full of gold. Pugetta at first, Curry at second, Pelfrey is at third. Jackson Peel trying to drive in runs. Drives into Smith. Picks it up at third, comes home with a throw to get the force out of Pelfrey. So the base is still loaded, but Pelfrey off the base pad as Peel wraps into the 5-2. And there's one away. Corbin Creel next. Creel with a base hit in the third, batting here in the fifth. Bases loaded, one away. Tying run at second. Go-ahead run for Holmes County at first. For Sebring, top of the order, comes to the plate in the top of the sixth. Swing and a miss by Creel. Couple of strikes on Corbin Creel. Here with the bases loaded in the bottom of the fifth. The pitch slapped over towards first. Grabbed there by McGee. Goes to first, gets the force out. Meanwhile, coming in from third is Curry. Pugetta goes to third. Peel goes to second. Two away, and now a one-run game. DJ Baggett trying to produce a base hit that ties it up. Hunter Nelson to the on-deck circle. Baggett, slow roller towards third, picked up by Smith, comes home with the throw. And that's going to get away briefly from Mello. Meanwhile, everybody is safe. Pugetta winds up going back to third. Peel stays at second, back at the base runner at first. And it's all loaded up again for Holmes County. Hunter Nelson, who struck out in the second, coming to the plate here in the fifth with the bases full. And an opportunity to tie it up and or give Holmes County the lead, the left-hander. stepping into the batter's box and takes pitch one. Well, you know that Nelson knows the pressure of the moment. He just kind of took a deep breath. Pops it up over towards first. It is dropped in foul territory. And McGee thought he had it. He went to his knees trying to bring it in and dropped it. And it gives Nelson another opportunity. Bases all loaded. Baggett at first. Peel at second. Pagana is at third. It is wrapped to short. Sutton will take it and step on the bag and get the out. So Holmes County will play a couple of runs and make it a one-run game as we head to the sixth. 4-3 Sebring.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her two on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Holmes County playing a couple of runs in the bottom part of the fifth makes this a one-run game as we head to the sixth. Top of the order coming to the plate for Sebring. Josh Sutton will start things off. Ryan Mello and Lucas McGee due up in the inning, too. Well, 3 wasn't particularly comfortable, the lead for Sebring. 1 is very uncomfortable. Of course, it's a little better than down by 1, but got ourselves a ball game. Sutton will bunt and foul. Sutton 1 for 2. And a base hit, stole a base, and scored a run in the first, and then wrapped into a 4-3 in the third. Ryan Mello, Lucas McGee due up as well, and has popped up on the infield. And coming over to make the catch is Aiden Millett. So on away with Ryan Mello coming to the plate. Well, the Holmes County game plan, hold Sebring and score runs in the bottom part of the inning. Sebring hoping to build a comfort zone before going to the bottom part of the inning. Ryan Mello takes the first pitch. Fouled up against the screen. Mello 1 for 2 in the game. Ground out to third in the first. Had a single and scored a run in the third. Low-scoring machine pitch game, 4-3. Couple of runs in the first and 2 in the third for Sebring. There's a smack up the middle for Mello. So Mello gets on with a 1-out single. And Lucas McGee will come to the plate. McGee with a couple of base hits and a stolen base. He scored a run as well. Carter Ghost moves to the on-deck circle. When you get to the bottom part of the sixth, Holmes County will send the 11, 12, and 1 hitters to the plate. Caleb Arant, Aiden Simmons, Aiden Millette. That's a high fly ball, right field. That's just too much to handle. Peel was backtracking, and he was trying to get there, but that just stayed up forever. And he took a tumble trying to get to the high fly ball. Mello will make his way to third, and McGee is at second. So a couple of base runners in scoring position for Carter Ghost. Waylon Smith moves to the on-deck circle. By the way, thanks. Seeing those Facebook totals grow, we appreciate that. Want to get to 12,000 by the end of this tournament. We're about 200 away. Swing and a miss by Ghost, which of course means that we probably need you asking your friends if they'll come on over and like us as well. Ghost pops it up over into foul territory, and that's going to get out of play. 2-strike count on Ghost, 2 aboard, 1 away. Top part of the sixth. Ghost trying to drive in a couple of runs and make this lead a little more comfortable for the Sebring squad. Drives it right up the middle, base hit. Mello will come in and score. McGee making his way to third. Takes the big turn. Ghost will take the opportunity to go to second. So still a couple of base runners in scoring position. But now McGee and Ghost at third and second. Waylon Smith coming to the plate. Smith 2 for 2 on the day. As the stolen base has been stranded twice, though. Left at second in the first, left at third in the fourth. Well, we've seen a lot of patriotic gear today and yesterday as well. Smith was wearing the cleats that bear the stars and stripes. Hit to short. On the short hop, grabbed by Simmons. Goes over to first. In time to get the out there. Meanwhile, McGee will come in and score. And a third goes Ghost. Well, Smith is still running, but I think he's out. Well, you've got a base runner at second.
At bat number 8, Riley.
But Holmes County came out and had a discussion with the official, and I think it's because initially there was the call of Smith being out, but now he's at second. Well, Tipper's flaring a little bit. As the runner at first was initially called out and then deemed safe. But to be perfectly honest, the safe call is the right one. And umpires, though sometimes fans tend to forget they're human, make mistakes, and he called him out to begin with when the runner was safe. Wrap back up the middle. Millette will make the grab. Goes over to first with the throw. Gets Blanton on the 1-3. Throw goes to third and tagged out there is Smith. What a nice play at third. Suggs able to get it over to Pelfrey, and Pelfrey able to catch Smith off the bat. So Ghost will come in and score, but Blanton and Smith are out. And it becomes a 7-3 Sebring lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Now I got a little discussion from Holmes County in regards to the last run played. Ghost came in before Smith was tagged out at third. And that run is going to plate. But Holmes County is appealing, saying that 3 runs did not plate in the 6th. Well, you got Mello McGee and Ghost coming in to score. And I guess the question mark would center around Ghost. Ghost came in on the 1-3 put out of Blanton. Then you had the throw go over to third that tagged out Smith. But in between the throw to third and the tag out on the bag, Ghost came in and scored. So it is a 7-3 game Sebring, but Holmes County is protesting, and now the equivalent to a protest committee, Brian Cox, has gone out to talk with the officials. So the officials talking with Brian Cox. And again, if this is in regards to the additional run, which we think it is up in the box, it's going to center around Carter Ghost. And Ghost did score, I would say 3 to 4 seconds before Smith was tagged out at third. So if that is what the discussion is about, and looking at the body language as the umpires are pointing to first and third, that appears to be the discussion. And whether it is a 6-3 or a 7-3 game. And Brian Cox has just said it's 7-3. So we've got the bottom of the 6th coming up in a 7-3 contest with Caleb Arant, Aiden Simmons, and Aiden Millett coming to the plate. Well, now they have said that that last run will not count. Well, I guess it is all academic depending upon the bottom of the 6th. Now, when it's going to be a question mark is if you get 3 runs from Holmes County. Well, now there's a discussion for the press box in regards to that run. So we're going to have a pause in the action and a break in the Caleb A-Ran at bat. Well, the discussion apparently is saying that the run was out at first, and the runner at first was out. But it was the throw to third that got the third out, we think, unless there was an out prior to the play at third. Here's what we know officially. We can scratch a run off the board to make it 6-3. And the discussion continuing here in the box. Apparently down the field as well. And it is a 6-3 game. A-Ran batting. And he hit into a 6-4. Chops at it, comes up empty, and there's one away. So one gone for Aiden Simmons. So apparently, as we go to the top of the sixth, Smith was not the last out over at third. The other out had already been registered. So we scratch a run off the board, make it a 6-3 game. One away, Aiden Simmons steps in. Popped up. Dutton going over to make the catch at short. And there's two gone. Two away as we go back to the top of the order. And Aiden Millett will step in.
At the play is number 11, Aiden Millett.
Millett with a base hit in the first. Ground out to third in the fourth. 1 for 2 in the game. And that is a foul ball, bunted foul. Strike one on Millett. Two gone in a 6-3 game. Well, what's a little machine pitch baseball without some drama? It's all part of any standard baseball game. Roll to Smith at third, gobbles it up, goes to first. It's there. Millett's out on the 5-3, and the ball game is over. What a game between these two combatants. Neither team wanting to go home. And it goes the distance, the full 6. The elimination game, seeing Holmes County go home, but after two really nice games, just came up on the short end of the stick in both, losing this one to Sebring by a 6-3 score for Sebring. Got more baseball in their future as they will play later on today. 6-3 your final. Sebring wins it. Thanks so much for listening to the coverage. Plenty of baseball still to come. Not sure if we got any more T-ball, but I know we got plenty of machine pitch here on JockJive.com. Robert Williamson saying so long, everybody.